Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Brian if you're new around here, but if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, you sexy beast. That's what you get for subscribing, by the way. Free compliments at the start of the video, as well as an additional greeting. Welcome back. And today we're talking about Microsoft's Activision Blizzard acquisition, especially on all the news with Diablo Immortal and all the drama that is related to it. I think this is a really interesting discussion, and you can also just kind of read this article for yourself if you want to go in and weigh in over on IGN. I'm going to include the link in the description for you guys. Go check it out. If you don't need my narration, we're going to jump into it. I'm going to share my thoughts. That's what this is all about. We're talking video games, news, Game Pass, and I think I'm going to be trying to put together my hopes and dreams for what we're going to see from Xbox with Summer Games Fest this weekend here in a future video. So if you like these videos, like and subscribe. That's the best way to say thank you. And if you want to follow it up with additional support, you can always leave a comment in the in the comments. Obviously, I was going to say the description, but that makes no sense. You can't edit the description. All right, I've wasted enough time. Let's jump in. The key takeaway, obviously, this is going to be something up for debate. I'd love to know your thoughts. Microsoft says that especially with a game with an established community, they don't want to take anything away from other players, other platforms. And this has been a constant fear, especially as Microsoft's been acquiring lots of IP, and also other IPs have been acquired. And one of the things I hope for personally, when we come down to this, I don't believe in platform exclusives. I know that there are people who do. I think that is an era going away, especially with PC gaming becoming even more prevalent. And essentially more games coming to PC. At the end of the day, like, I'm all for having a console. In fact, my goal is to have all the consoles, but I think that should be more of a choice rather than a requirement to be able to play amazing games. But you can let me know if I'm wrong, because there's a lot of debate happening around this on the internet for sure. But anyway, so this basically is going through the interview. Microsoft has discussed its plans for Activision Blizzard Games after its intended acquisition of the gaming giant, and how it won't make multi-platform games exclusive to its plans on putting titles into Game Pass. Now, clearly, when we talk about multi-platform games, they're talking about established games here. I think essentially that means that obviously if Activision Blizzard wants to make something that is specific PC, Xbox, that might be either a new IP going forward, or could be an established IP with the new game. However, when it comes to multiplayer games, I think one of the things that outside of Halo's problems at the moment, I think one of the things that ultimately actually hurts Halo in the long run is it's not available on PlayStation. And when you think about it, when you think about Call of Duty, obviously I would love to see some refresh happen within that with that franchise, but it's still available everywhere. Warzone, Apex Legends, like all of these games are able to play everywhere, and especially with cross-play, cross-progression, that gives you a lot of flexibility. And to try and compete and try to take that back, I don't think that's going to work in the long run. Let me know if I'm crazy. All right, speaking during the briefing, the meeting, head of Xbox Game Studios, Matt Booty, addressed the issue of exclusives and tried to put fans' minds at ease about existing multi-platform games that they might love outside of Xbox. If we acquire a game that comes with a big community across a number of platforms, the last thing we want to do is take something away. If anything, we feel that it's our job to be caretakers, to be shepherds, and to continue to build and nurture the community and not cut it up into pieces. And that makes so much sense in the age of streaming, content creation, and multiplayer, multi-platform games. In a single player game experience, I can get that kind of argument, but I think ultimately what you're seeing and why you're seeing Sony come to the PC is that it just opens up a whole wide range of monetization for those kind of games, because multiplayer games outside of the negative ones like Diablo Immortal with its monetization is probably going to be insanely profitable despite everybody's frustrations with it. And that's probably part of the frustrations. It's like, I know that this is going to make you lots of money, but I don't like how it's happening. Anyway, long story short, that's essentially going to be what they're saying. They stated this before, and we've seen them obviously on the contracts, but we don't know what the long-term effect of this is. We don't know what 5 and 10 years looks like. So him saying this now, we know that things can change. We're gamers. We know things can change. Anyway, it appears that Microsoft's philosophy for existing games and perhaps series will be heard that Xbox will release multiple new Call of Duty games as multi-platform titles. Makes sense. Why would you cut that off? Why would you say, hey, we don't like money? That's how I see it. It seems that, and it's weird to me. GM for Programming and Events, Atina Summerford, pointed to Microsoft's previous acquisition of Minecraft and how that game has expanded across platforms as proof of this philosophy. However, Summerford did make clear that some games will be exclusive, and these would be presumably brand new titles from Activision Blizzard developers rather than existing ones. The philosophy for how Xbox will look at Activision Blizzard games on Game Pass, and this is something I'd love to hear your thoughts on, appears to be much more straightforward. Corporate Vice President Sarah Bond put it simply: "We want to put as many titles on as possible from Activision Blizzard games onto Game Pass when they join us." World of Warcraft. That is essentially going to be kind of the big question for me. Like, will World of Warcraft make its way onto Game Pass? And I think if it does, that's going to be an industry shifting MMO change. Industry shifting. It's going to be pretty massive in my mind. So you guys can let me know what you end up thinking about that. I don't know if they'll do that. They do have the token. WoW obviously has its own subscriber base. Like, do they cannibalize that, or does that then bolster Game Pass? Like, sub to Game Pass, you got your WoW sub already included. Maybe they'll make it where you get a time token. Lots of options. That's something I'm eagerly waiting to see in the long run. Anyway, we've seen similar moves following Xbox's acquisition of Bethesda. Obviously, they put titles of Bethesda games into the subscription service. They feel like it's much the same. They did not add the ESO subscription into Game Pass. They might have had that as like an ultimate perk occasionally. And right now, ESO has got its latest expansion out. A lot of people are excited about that. If they can get crossplay, cross save, cross prog, in across the consoles, honestly, I think I'd be happy to jump back into ESO. Namely because I got my character on console and I don't want to start over on PC. Maybe I'm weird, but either way, guys, I thought this was an interesting discussion topic. Feel free to weigh on. That makes no sense. Weigh in on the comments below. English is not necessarily like my strength, so why not make a YouTube video where I talk and I speak and I fail? All right, guys, thanks so much for your time. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like, favorite, subscribe, leave a comment in the comments or whatever the words might be. So let me know what you guys think, your hopes, your fears, and hopefully we can continue the conversation there. And if needed, we could follow it up with an additional video. Anyway, guys, love you faces. Hopefully I'll see you next time. But until then, take care.
Yeah. It's time to chill out on the couch and read some comments. That's right. You know me when it comes to Destiny. I'm off with a clan, and I'm glad you're feeling better. Oh yeah.